Good afternoon, guys. Brian here, and today I want to give you my impressions on the SH Figuarts Ultimate Son Gohan figure. And so this is Gohan from the Buu Saga after he has received a power-up from Elder Kai, who is trapped in the Z Sword, and commonly called Mystic Gohan, Ultimate Gohan, something along those lines. So this is Gohan's basically adult form in Dragon Ball Z. And this body is actually just a head swap for regular Goku. But let's, before we get into the details of the figure itself, let's give you some faces, shall we? So it comes with two extra faces, a grumpy face and a shouting face. And his default face that is on the figure is... Actually, I'm not sure if this is the default face, but yeah. The other face that he has is the smirking face. So with only three faces, I'm not exactly, wowed by him. I am never satisfied with the number of faces that I am given. I can always use more different expressions. I especially like one that is happy Gohan. He also comes with a Tamashii Act 4 stage and a Ki Blast. Now let's give you a close up of this Ki Blast. It has a port for the Tamashii stages, and honestly looks a lot better than the Kamehameha that Teen Gohan came with, which is just really kind of generic looking. So I rather like this Ki Blast, and I love the fact that they are coming more and more with effects parts, because those are always super awesome. As for hands, he comes with fists, he comes with blasting, Kamehameha, generic haha, karate hands, and chopping hands. But for his articulation, it is an SH Figuarts figure, so he has the standard level articulation there. His head is on a ball joint and can swivel around. Can look up, almost non-existently. Can look down a decent amount. He's also on the neck joint that allows a super minute amount of motion. His sleeves are on ball joints, so they can get out of the way as you move the ball jointed arms, which also have a swivel on it as well. So you can swivel them around, move them forward, backwards, around quite a bit. He has outward movement of a very good range, fully outward. He rotates at the bicep, and the cut is pretty nice. The cut of it is actually pretty nicely put into the musculature, so it looks pretty decent. He's got a double jointed elbow, which gives him not as much range as I would like a double jointed elbow, but it's the standard arm for SH Figuarts, so they all have that problem. His hand is on a ball joint and a swivel, so the hands can do motion like that in addition to rotating, which is always awesome. I love how the hand joints work for SH Figuarts. He's got a waist joint, which is a ball joint, so it can look all the way around. You can even extend it to get a little bit of an ab crunch. And you push it back down to solidify it in with the belt, especially. His legs are on a ball joint, or actually they're on a hinge, so you can get them down, so you can get them to go forward farther than they would be, because otherwise, way to prove me wrong right there. It moved down automatically when you just lifted it up that way. But it's on the hinge that allows it to go up and down so that you can get those movements that would be much harder with a typical ball joint. But with a ball joint, you can go backwards that far, which does look funny, so you'd have to work with it a bit. So about there backwards is as good as it will look. Forward can go all the way forward and look pretty decent, except for when viewed from crotch shot. He's got a thigh swivel, which is very nice. It's hidden by the robes. He's got a knee joint that's double jointed, and I wish they had done Krillin's gi where they had the kneecap thing, but oh well, I'll live with it. And his feet are on ball joints and can go all the way around. He's got ball joints all over the place. And his feet have the ability to toe once you break the paint on them. Bam! Okay, he can toe. That took actually a crazy amount of force that was actually... I was concerned about breaking it. But yeah, you just have to break the paint, because it can stick apparently. But he can indeed tow with the best of them. I do really like this sculpt and the paintwork on it and the colors on it. It's just, this is a very good Ultimate Gohan, a very good adult Gohan. I really like it, and I'm glad to have it. But to do some size comparisons with some of other Figuarts, here he is with Papa. So you can see it's the exact same body, just slightly different shade of orange. Here he is with his younger self. And why not, let's throw in some Cell to see how he compares to his most iconic foe. And, you know, the last time Gohan is actually useful. And before I get into showing you some random scenes that I'll throw together in a moment, let me show off let me show off this. This is still a work in progress. I have not yet, this is still a work in progress. This is Roku, my custom character that I've been playing as in Dragon Ball Super. He needs touching up still. His face is screwed up. His toes aren't done yet. He's not done yet. So I was hoping to have him done before I filmed this, but, you know, ran out of time. But the main reason why I had to show him off is, well, A, I'm proud of him and want to show him off. And B, is Gohan's head sucks for being able to try to look up. But you can get it to do so. You can get his head to look up if you are not afraid of cutting. I took a Gohan head. Let me keep these on the same side. I took a Gohan head and hacked away at the back of his hair. Because on the back of his hair, I'm going to use Roku's head. On Gohan's head, the hair comes down to this lowest point and just is then a solid piece that just goes horizontally this way. It'd be like that. Actually, here, I suppose I could just actually show you what I'm talking about. So there's the difference that I made. I cut away at the inside of it, at the back of it, so that there was enough room for it to bend backwards. And so after I made those cuts, and yes, it is a different body, so it did have a little bit more room on this body, but not a huge amount. It can still look up quite a lot more. Gohan is just not wanting to cooperate. It can look up a whole lot more. So if you were curious what adult Gohan's head would look like on Saiyan Saga Vegeta's body, there you go. So enough of me pandering to my own whims and ego and showing off my custom. Let's go ahead and cut to some shots showing off the range of articulation you can get and just the type of things you can do with some Tamashii stages and figures and effects parts and all that fun stuff. So even with some simple Tamashii stages and some effects, you can make a really cool dynamic scene, especially if you throw in the Teen Gohan's Kamehameha wave to make it look like Gohan just rushed forward into Cell. But to give you some better look at it, here's this little scene that I just threw together in a couple minutes. Okay, perhaps not the most impressive pose that Gohan can perform, but I still think this looked cool, so hey, there you go. And now a peek at Gohan's inner turmoil as he decides he is not his father. Alright, so for my final thoughts on Gohan here, he is your standard level of articulation from Figuarts, which means he's amazing. His head really kind of bugs me with the inability to tilt backwards like it does. I'm slightly disappointed that you don't have the knee joint that they just use Goku's body. I mean, I can understand perfectly why they would just choose to use Goku's body as opposed to, you know, developing a new version of anything. But damn it, I would have liked it. But overall, this is, well, it was one of the pair of figures that I desired the most, so I can make this guy. But besides that very selfish and desired a custom, this has always been one of my favorite versions of Gohan. So I am very glad to have him, and I just, yeah, I'm I think he looks awesome. So I'm definitely going to be putting him on display and very happy with what he comes with, especially the effect part. That blast is kind of nice. I like that one. But I'm curious to know how you guys feel about him. Which saga is your favorite in Dragon Ball? Who's your favorite character? I'm curious to know what you guys think about stuff. I'd also like to take a moment to thank you guys for those of you who have subscribed to us and continue to watch our videos and spread the word about us. You guys are amazing for doing all that for us, and we can't thank you enough. Until next time, guys, may all your stars and balls grant your wishes. That doesn't sound as good as I thought it was going to.